Going on, you guys? So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I will be showing you guys 5 of the best sports card investments out right now that are under $10. Obviously a lot of people are working on some budgets, and I totally understand that. So for that reason, we have basically gathered some great investments. We've done a lot of research for this video for some cards that are under $10. Now, before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my sports card investment membership group. Now, literally a few days back, I think last Sunday, we were buying these Jason Tatum Select Concourse PSA 9 and PSA 10s for just $120 on the PSA 9 and $250 on the PSA 10. Currently, the PSA 10 has jumped to $350 in just a span of a few days, and the PSA 9 is sitting around $160 to $170. So we've made literally 40% of our money in literally just a handful of days. So if you guys would like to join in on this big profit, go ahead and click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. You can go ahead and use code YouTube to get you 10% off, but definitely so much money to be made with our program. Our research has really been paying off recently. Obviously, even though the market has not been quite as hot as it was before, we've been able to find these cards that are still shooting up in value, because you can definitely find them. They're just a little bit harder to find. So if you guys need any assistance with that, we can, our membership group is definitely very good at that, and we can go ahead and do that for you guys. So click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Code YouTube will get you 10% off of the yearly memberships and everything else on the website. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So the first card we have that I believe is a very good buy that is under $10 is Devonte Graham Select Concourse rookie card. So these are literally selling for around $3 to $4. A little bit, prices have increased a little bit since I did put them on my membership, report last weekend, but I definitely think they're still a very good buy. Premier level rookies, in case you guys are not very, obviously, if you guys don't have much experience in Select, premier level rookies are usually nearly double the price of a base Prism. And these are sitting at just $8 to $10. I'm surprised to see them this cheap. I think, any of his selects are definitely very good. His concourses are obviously the cheapest, and, obviously courtside is probably the most expensive. So there's definitely just a lot of money to be made buying these super cheap. As you guys know, before the season ended in March, Devonte Graham was having a scoring outbreak. He was scoring like 25 plus points per game. And I can see another, with someone who can score that easily, he can score with ease. I just think, he has so much room for development. I know he's a little bit on the older side for, a third-year player, but still, I definitely think he will have a big season. He still has a lot of room left. He's like 25 or 26 years old. Very good scorer. Obviously, the only concern is that Charlotte will not get too much attention. And, I understand it, but at the same time, in the Eastern Conference, it's a lot easier for a team to make noise than the Western Conference. And, Charlotte has some very good young stars like PJ Washington, Devonte Graham, who are developing really fast. So I definitely think that this is a very good buy under $10 right now. And I can definitely see these increasing quite a lot next year as Devonte Graham continues to score. We can definitely see some big 30, 40-point games with him, and that brings a lot of hype. He's a very fun player to watch, and I can definitely see his prices really rising next season. So that's definitely, a card I'm looking at right now. Another guy we have, his select rookie cards are is DeAndre Ayton. So DeAndre Ayton, as you guys know, the Suns went 8-0 in the bubble. Obviously Booker and Ayton are developing really fast together. They're kind of turning the corner in my mind. At some point they weren't winning a lot, but last year, they nearly made the playoffs in the stacked Western Conference. So I can definitely expect big things from DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker next year. I think Ayton's cards are very, very cheap. Both his select and optic, I believe, are underpriced. So I definitely think now is a great time to get into Ayton. I know there's many people in the hobby who believe in Ayton, which is definitely good to increase his prices. So I would go into his optics under around $10. I would probably go into his selects His obviously you can only get his concourse for under $10. So I definitely recommend buying his select concourses and his optic rookie cards for around $5 to $10. Definitely a very good bet to place. He definitely is he was a number one pick, and with any number one pick, one thing they have is potential. Because otherwise they wouldn't have been the number one pick. Now it's just, they got to play out. A lot of people's careers do not play out to be, they don't reach their full potential. But I think, with Ayton and Booker, I think they can really have a bright future together. Ayton definitely just needs to stay healthy, and I think this card will continue to go up over the course of the next few years. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, which is none other than the GOAT, LeBron James. I believe his 2018 first-year Donruss Optic is a very good buy. If you can find these for under $10, I know I did recommend these to my membership group, and since then, they have absolutely taken off. But, you can still find these around, on Facebook groups for around $10 to $15. I know it's a little bit more than 10, but I definitely think this is a very good buy. Obviously LeBron, my personal opinion is that when the, market does bounce back as a whole, the guys who will get the biggest jump in prices will be the guys who played well in the bubble. Obviously LeBron is the finals MVP, and his prices do not reflect that right now. But when the market comes back, I believe he will get the biggest boost out of any player in the league. So if you can find these around $10 to $15, I highly recommend getting into some of his first year Optic. Very clean design on this card. And as Optic continues to get more popular year by year, I believe this card will continue to go up. So I definitely recommend this right now for its prices. And yeah, that's pretty much my top three. And then we also have Kobe White. I believe Kobe White's select rookie cards are a very good buy. If you guys don't know, the Bulls recently fired their head coach and got Billy Donovan. Now, Billy Donovan's the same guy who obviously was with Westbrook, Harden, and Kevin Durant. And he did a very good job handling that talent and, helping them win games. So I'm definitely, very optimistic that, Billy Donovan can take Kobe White and Lauri Markkanen's game to the next level. They also have Zach LaVine. They're also in the Eastern Conference, in which it's a lot easier to win games. So like LeBron, these are around $10 to $15. I highly recommend getting into these. The Bulls are going to be a very interesting team to watch next year. They're first of all, they're finally, well coached. Billy Donovan has a great track record of developing young talent. The previous Bulls head coach did not have a good track record of developing talent. So I think Kobe White, Lauri Markkanen, and Zach LaVine will have a fresh start next year. And I think they can do some big things in the Eastern Conference where it's a little bit more wide open than the West. So I think Kobe White, with his potential and with what he showed us last year, I think his prices are a little bit too cheap right now, so I definitely am looking to buy quite a lot of his cards. And then last but not least, we got PJ Washington. PJ Washington is overlooked. I think PJ Washington, has a very, very high IQ for, a rookie, which he was last year. So I definitely think, with his, obviously, and throughout the season, he improved a lot. That's definitely something you want to look for when you look to invest in rookie cards. He's a big man who can shoot, and who, runs the whole floor. I think he definitely has a big, opportunity to be very good in this league. Alongside Devontae Graham, I think, obviously with them developing together, they can definitely form, a dynamic duo one day. I think his cards are just way too cheap. You can get these anywhere from $1 to $3. Select concourses, obviously some other selects will be a little bit more expensive. But also his optics, pretty much all of his cards are very underpriced in my opinion. And I've been going quite hard on this kid. I think he, obviously with a great attitude, he's charismatic, and he's a damn good player. He definitely can score, he definitely can defend, and I think he will be in the league for a long time. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting him to be the next Dirk Nowitzki or the next Kristaps, but I think he will definitely, find his way in the league. And all he has to do really is show a lot of potential, and then the market will start to turn and buy his cards. And that's similar to what happened to John Collins and some other players that are not too established, but at the same time, have a lot of potential. So I think, PJ Washington is a great buy for his current prices, and I would definitely go quite hard on PJ's cards, if I were you guys. But I definitely think, this is a very good buy for $1 to $3 in a select concourse. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you guys would like to join in on the program and make some money with us, go ahead, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Use code YouTube to get you 10% off the yearly memberships and anything else. But thank you guys so much. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.